Reptiles, here we come. Well, we made it to Corfu. 35 degrees, rather a bit warmer than the UK when we got off the plane. Time to relax, hire a car. Busier than last time I came here. So Jackie and I are about to start our first, or rather our second full day in Corfu. Last night, what a storm, but today it's gone from being a really sort of nice and hot, but not too hot, dry. Just had breakfast, it's already absolutely sweltering because the amount of rain we had last night is now all evaporating off and it's really brought the humidity up. Nice hotel, but last night's storm was something else. The lightning bolts that were close, actually the sound really, it kind of made me jump. It was so close, almost fearful of the power of nature. It doesn't come out anything like on film as it did in real life. So my advice if you hire a car would actually be hire a small car. We've got a little Peugeot 108, basic piece of rubbish, but to be honest. The open, twisty, hairpin country roads are not too bad for traffic, but what you do get is, as soon as you enter any kind of town, it's a little bit of a free-for-all in a way. It's just really busy. Easy if it's a car you don't know and you're driving on the wrong side of the road to actually have a car that's small. Lovely countryside. Lovely drives across the island. Just pulled over on our way to Cassiope. These lovely wild cyclamens. Really verdant island, Corfu. Just in an olive grove, look at that. And of course I want to hike up there looking for stuff. Jackie wants to go to the beach. Boo. Oh, look down there. How pretty is that? Wild cyclamen. No idea what they are. That is a big butterfly. Oh, it's a fritillary. Big fritillaries. Massive. Albania, not far away. Cassiope. Sea's clear though.
Yes, Friday.
Little beach coves, pebbly here, pebbly there. Byzantine castle of Cassiope, overlooking the little harbour. Walking around the castle walls, really, the inside of the old, castle walls. Very tranquil, more relaxing for me. Less people, less town, more nature. How clear and deep that well is. I'm sure most of you know this. These olive groves, they'll be trimmed and cut down, and these nets will be laid across the whole woodland floor, if you like, the grove floor, and the trees will be beaten and the olives dislodged, and the nets can just be rolled up, you know, like lifted up into a centre. Instead of a net full of fish, you've got a net full of olives. Imagine picking them off the floor or something. So these are permanently here, stretched out when it's harvest time, if you like. So we're just still walking around inside the castle walls, and I'm just got with the eye out for anything that's scampering around, creepy crawly or reptile in the rocky areas. Interesting to note, there are rocks and logs that other people have flipped and not put back properly, so I just said to Jackie, I'm not the only weirdo that looks under rocks for creepy crawlies and lizards and stuff. Someone else, just like me, only not as good at putting things back. Well, look what Jackie's just spotted. I didn't dare grab it because it was really fast moving, and I didn't dare grab it. It looked a bit vipery with its pattern, and I know damn well that's why it looks a bit vipery. Look at that. You guess what it is yet? Well, guess what it isn't? It isn't a snake. Baby legless lizard. Wow. I'm not even going to pick him up because at that size, I would say more likely to drop his tail than they do as adults. Let's just get a picture. What a great little animal that is. So the drive back from Cassiope was switchback roads and scenic countryside and sea views. Time for a cup of tea, a shower and a shave, a little bit of a siesta, and then out for some snacks because we are starving. A lot of walking today, hilly walking, but it was all worth it to see such a beautiful lizard. I mean, a beautiful part of the world. Morning world. It's not a bad view to wake up to. Jackie's having a quick nap because the journey here has been nothing but millions of switchbacks. I'm not sure the Waze app knows how to get to Lake Corfu without going through the tiniest villages and the mountainous switchback roads, but anyway, we're here. Forecast was really overcast, but that was kind of where we were. So we thought we won't have a beach day, we'll go out snaking, 25 degrees but overcast, bit of sunshine. Looking for tortoises at Lake Corfu and snakes. My microphone's not working and there's quite a breeze here and there. So sort of sand dune habitat, dry habitat, but it is a green island, Corfu, so not bone dry like a lot of parts of the Mediterranean would be in. slightly bigger lagoon than I thought it was. There's a target species. I bet it's a dead shell though. It just looks a bit too vulnerable to me, sitting out in this amount of heat. What a shame. What a shame. Herman's tortoise. No more. You can see the shell is sort of built over its spine and its ribs at the back there. And the bottom, it doesn't live in its shell is its body, if that makes sense. What a shame. Well, if you can't find any tortoises, you might as well have a beach day. It's our wedding anniversary today, 29 years, and we're walking up a really steep hill to see the monastery at Paleokostrica. My legs ache. It's steeper than it looks, honestly. Bye. Bye.
One second.
walking away from the monastery to the viewpoint, just because we're here.
Ja.
29 years. What have you done to deserve this, babe? Hey?
There's no nothing. It's super sweet.
Bass for the fishermen.
They like to bite feet and toes. They like to do that.
Big old boy.
These are seahorses. Sorry. Crabs that are born with soft bodies, so they take the shells of other animals for protection.
So when you've been to the aquarium, the ticket price, which at the moment is at €10, that gets you free access to the toilets there, and you've got a nice little cafe, and then you've got literally thousands and thousands of sunbeds, or quite a few anyway, which are free if you've already paid your €10 for the aquarium. You can use them all day. You can go snorkelling down there, shower, or if you just roll up to these sunbeds, they're €15 each. But you can spend all that voucher on food and drink at their cafe, so it's basically free. They're just saying you can't use them for free unless you're a patron. I think that's not a bad deal, really. 15 quid, but you get 15 quid worth of food and drink on a voucher at a cafe, and toilets and showers and so on. Just walking down to Alipa Beach in Palia. Looks like the place to hire a boat if you want one. That's where the lightning hit. Can't believe there's any trees there. I just parked up on a little road heading down to the Roper River, Roper Valley. Had a lot of rain last night. There's no sun today and it's going to rain soon, so again, not ideal weather, but while we're here, just have a look around. See if there's anything they're flipping this old ruin. So don't get in trouble. Not thinking going to be out sunbathing. Wow. There's a butterfly out. Very peaceful, 21 degrees. Have a look under some of these rocks and things. Ground's wet underfoot. Have a poke about. Mate, it took a while, but look at this. Ammonites, the #1. The only dangerous snake here in an absolute part of Corfu. I wasn't expecting to find one. That's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. Up in the mountains, yes. Around the sand dunes. Damn it. We've just driven up really the road above Palio, so down there is our hotel, and over the way there, right in the centre, is where that lightning struck dead opposite us. No sign of any damage. It still amazes me to this day. What a view. Yeah, what a green and verdant island it really is. It's a beautiful place. This must be the oldest cat on Corfu. It's like literally roused itself and gone back to that position. It looks about 100. So we're at a beautiful, Jackie, we're at a beautiful waterfall. Look at that. You've got to imagine the water spilling over the edge down to the deep catch pool right below. Even though we had a lot of rain last night, there's not a drop of water in the waterfall. But the road up here has been hair-raisingly difficult. It's like a buzzard up there. So if you program your ways, look at the optional routes and then obviously pick the sensible one, not the quickest one. Because going up a gravelled road on tiny switchback single lane might be quicker if the speed was the same you were carrying, but as you're doing a walking pace, that stupid sat-nav has no idea. But when you pop out and you see a view like this, all the butt clenching moments are worth it. Well, that you can't see what I've just come up. I had to stop to let someone through. Nearly burnt the clutch out just getting going again on a hill start. I've never drove up any road as steep as I've just driven up there. With a sheer drop one side and loads of cars, nowhere to turn. Oh my god. We're on Mount Pantocrator, a great herping area, lower down maybe. We're right at the top. Well known for stuff, tortoises, ammonites. How hair-raising was that journey?
I'm glad that I wore trousers on there, so I can't speak.
Look at this for a view. There's no way, again, sorry about the wind, but there's no way any camera can do a view like this justice. Probably a drone. Look at the road. Bit of a clash. Different kinds.
Disse var dønn, det har man skjønt ikke.
Jackie's broken candle. So we're a long way from anywhere. Turns out you get a good signal here. Not that many decades ago, that would have been a beautiful church. I imagine a beautiful viewpoint, which it is, but the spot you're on is all telephone masts and so on and so forth. Literally a building, a town of buildings for them. Look at this. Tells a tale, doesn't it? I'm just stopping on the way back really to look for, not here, it's too shady, but little grassy areas where might be tortoises lurking around the edges. Now, when I was a kid, this was a very common beetle. Devil's coach horse, and they were massive when I was a kid. I don't know how they've got to be so small. Look at that. Predatory beetle. Their larvae are equally predatory. Whee! Wow. Don't fall in there. down from the mountain, and this is near Rhoda. If you want a big, oh, flipping out. Thought I was being bitten on the toe there. And lovely views, lovely sandy beach, nice sea to play in, not for snorkeling really. Really long strip, mountains behind, mountains in front. And just up the coast there, I think, just a couple of miles is Rhoda. We're in a little town, I think, just before. So loads and loads of wall lizards here. Like the wall is covered in wall lizards. We were walking back from the beach and I just thought there's gotta be a whip snake lurking down here. Now I've just moved quicker than I've ever moved before and literally dived on it down into a ditch, but it didn't see me coming, it didn't move until I got my hand on it. But look at that, absolutely beautiful. So a wall full of wall lizards and a very fast moving species of snake that must eat its fill along here. Whoa. Because these are super fast, and I think it's the fact it's sunbathing on a path that beachgoers are walking down, because the wall lizards are not scared, and I think this snake is so used to passers-by that it's just not bothered. Look at that. It's not a bad hotel. A little bit tired. Hello me. A little bit tired, but not, you know, they all are a bit, I suppose. That's probably not fair on it. It's nice enough. Super sized room. We got upgraded, didn't we? To a suite. But here's the weird thing. The cleaners come in, which is great. Room service, not room service, cleaners, but you know what? I don't like to come home to people leaving my door open, because at the end of the day, it's nothing to do with the local Corfu people, the Greek people, more, I don't know who's next door, tourists, UK yobs, who knows, but at the end of the day, that's why we've got a strong box, just to put a bit of stuff in. You wouldn't want all your stuff going missing because the cleaners have left your door open. But not a bad place. And of course, you just can't knock an evening view off your balcony like that. We've gone all inclusive because it suits us. We're not greedy pigs. We don't make sure we're here for all 3 meals, but when you're around, if you want the options there, it's okay. It's kind of one of those all inclusives that a week's okay. 2 weeks, I think you're going to get a bit fed up. I like a bit of fish, I like a prawn, a bit of crab, a bit of seafood like that, but certainly love my fish. And in the Mediterranean, I kind of like the fact that traditionally fish and different fish are on the menu. 1 fish a day here, 1 choice of fish. It's just fish in sauce. Something rather like cod has hit heavily, so it's not really even a Mediterranean thing. Something they brought in cheap and frozen. COVID, post-COVID, tough times maybe. But yes, a cod-like fish cooked in a variety of sauces, different days. And this last couple of 3 days, something more like swordfish, which is a bit tastier. But again, piece of fish in a different sauce. So I know you don't come to Greece for the cuisine. It's not exactly the most world-renowned place to go for cuisine. But if you're in the Med and you like seafood, a bit lacking really. Myrtiottissa Beach. If you get this far to the end of the road, right down, I wouldn't. The clutch is getting a hammering off our car because we just had to reverse up this little bit here, which is way steeper than it looks. Park a little bit further back and basically walk the last bit for sure. Your car will thank you.
Turn around down here. Look at that one.
Because when you get round the corner, but this is the end of the road. Sorry about the wind noise again. And at the end of the day, you've got to turn around and get up that. Your clutch will not like it. Park further up, walk the last bit, guys. So good snorkelling, good swimming. Tucked away beach, little windy country roads to get here.
You see the chapel over there on the cliff
Yeah,
line?
chapel views, as it says on Google. Look at that water.
Where?
Listen to that clutch. God, you wouldn't want to be a hire car if you lived on Corfu. We're finding Palio Castrizzo is a really good base point, but to be honest, hire car, the world's your oyster in Corfu. It really is. It's nowhere's. It's a long way time because of the roads, but nowhere's far away, even from one end of the island to the other. So if you can, do hire a small car. You'll thank me when you go down some of the roads. But look at the beauty here. You wouldn't want a big posh car. I think you cop it on the insurance when all the sides get scraped and God knows what else. We're in a really small 108 Peugeot. I wouldn't want to be driving anything wider. Not the roads we've been down on this holiday. And there's a lot of those roads. So sorry about the background noise of the wind. Fortunately, my microphone decided to break on the first day. As you would. Look at that though. Murciotissa Beach. So we came to Corfu to get away and relax. We needed to relax. We were getting that, not burnt out, but certainly we've been headed on the verge of that for quite some time. Corfu, much busier than I remember it years ago. But once you're off those beaches, it's empty. Explore Corfu. Don't just go on the beaches. Jackie's vanished. It is such a quiet island once you get away from the immediate tourism on the coast. Like there is no one in the countryside or the little quaint mountain villages. And you know what? If there's a few people down on the beach, it's worth it. Just to snorkel in that Ionian crystal clear sea. It really is. Highly recommend Corfu. Highly recommend for a chilled out, relaxing break. So we parked quite a long way down to this beach, further than I thought we should have done, and there's still cars down there. I mean, that's what you want. That is what you want in Corfu. Beaten up, roadworthy, good mechanical condition, high off the ground. I can't tell you how steep that is, and there's a car coming down. People that have no mechanical sense and don't give a darn about their clutch. So if you go back up there, as you come down, before you walk all the way along here, we missed them. There's some steps down, just there, to a little sandy covey beach. Beautiful. And we didn't realise it was a nudist beach, which doesn't bother us in the slightest. But there was nowhere to shove a towel, and we're different to most people. Don't really like laying on a deck chair on the beach. Rather put a towel down, strangely. Don't want to lay like sardines on deck chairs next to everyone, nude or not. So we've come back along and we've climbed down a little wall to our own little beach. Hello, Jackie.
Hello.
We've got our own pebble beach. We just don't come away to be shoulder to shoulder with people, if I'm quite honest. So our little tiny shingle cove turns out to be the best snorkelling I've seen so far on Corfu on this trip. Really clear water, some really big rocks just off the sort of the beach, reasonably deep. Even saw a big octopus. We've got our own nudist beach. There's the steps down. We just went down there a bit. That takes you to the sandy beach, which is a nudist beach, which I can't show you because it's YouTube and it'd be like pornography. Be warned, that hill we came down, you've got to climb back up it, and again, way steeper than it looks, guys, but worth it for the snorkelling if nothing else. So we actually parked just there, which was a lot easier than on the side of the road. Earlier today, we're off to Corfu town. So we're at Corfu town, 10 in the morning, start of October, weekday, nowhere to park. Like every car park is full, except this one, which is only just starting to fill up. Can't even tell you what it's called. It's €5 to park. I think people just don't want to spend a penny on parking, but yeah, €5 for 24 hours. Every other car park everywhere was full at 10 in the morning. So use your Google Maps sort of thing. So we parked sort of more near the main area on the waterfront. We have come across another couple of parking, they're a bit dearer, but the spaces, basically, if it's paid to park, you'll find a space early on. In the British Cemetery in Corfu town, because I'm told it's a beautiful garden-like area to walk around, and you should be able to find tortoises here, but we'll see. Yeah. Thriving, aren't they? Better than a scruffy grave. Said it was peaceful. I've got to be honest with you, I thought we were going to have a failure find the tortoise. So these can very easily escape, because over there, I don't know what it is, people dumping their cars, but it looks like a sort of a parkland, and there's a wall about 1 inch high, so they can easily escape. I'm guessing they've been living in here for years, in the gardens of the graveyard. So a Herman's tortoise. It's not a pet one. I'm going to say it's a half a tick. It's wild, but in gardens. I don't know. It's not the same as being in the wild, but I was tipped off. If you don't find any Herman's tortoises on Corfu, the British Cemetery, you will, for sure. Jackie's favourite, so let's go and get her. Now, I'm not sure their protected status on Corfu. I'm not even sure if you're allowed to pick them up, but just a little snap of Jackie. Quite heavy.
Oh, you're cold.
Cold today.
Look at him snuggled in.
Really smooth shell, like you want with your
Oh, he's
captive
coming out.
tortoises.
My hands are hot.
A
That's
really
why.
smooth shell.
Hello, it's okay. It's okay. There you are.
Very friendly.
There you are.
And heavy
Is that
as well.
nice?
The size of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely dome shape.
Let's
It's
have a look at his
okay.
tail. Oh, I'm saying boy for sure there.
Yeah, well, look at this.
Yeah, wow, very concave. How lovely is that? Let me just get you. That's better, look at that. I wonder how many times it's been picked up. It's so,
Oh,
just
it's
a
a
cat,
little
isn't
bit
it?
wary. It's
But
okay.
it sees people.
It's okay.
Well, you would say it sees people daily, but this is a very forgotten place. You will need to use your maps to find the entrance
Look
to
at
the
the lovely.
British Cemetery. Oh yeah, it's just
Oh, it's
lovely.
just
Isn't it?
grown at such a lovely rate. It's not
Yeah.
knobbly and. You're beautiful.
It's not the most peaceful place, is it, in this cemetery? Look at that.
Some sort of demonstration. Is
The
that
students are
nice?
demonstrating.
Is that nice? Let me just tickle you in there because I know that you're going to like that.
Lovely. We love a tortoise, don't we?
Do love a tortoise.
I've always liked them, but never really thought much about them.
He's
Always felt a
very
bit
gentle.
stupid, but far from it.
A bit worried.
Very much characters. Better pop him back under his little bush.
I don't want to.
No, yeah. No suitcasing for that one.
You like my hot hands?
So when I was a kid in the 70s and 80s, these were dragged out of the Balkans and the Balkan Peninsula, Greek islands, obviously, the Spanish areas. These and the Spurthide in hundreds of thousands every summer. It's dreadful, really. Thankfully now we just capture breed them. What a lovely adult male Kerman's tortoise. Let's pop him back, see if we can find another one. His beady eyes. Look how close are his beady eyes.
Got something on his eye. It's okay, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just trying to get that off now.
Got to keep him steady. Look at that. Oh yeah. Beautiful.
Well
That's
done.
someone's grave marker, look.
There's a cross one, right?
Oh yeah. It's a bit of old plywood. There's certainly a green oasis in here. You know, busy city life. Nature's paradise, like graveyards often are. What the heck? Look at that. They're all Herman's tortoises here. Let's go back a picture.
We're in the British cemetery, aren't we?
A lot of areas that we've seen in the countryside. The wild autumn cyclamen has been as thick as snowdrops in a sort of midwinter in the UK, late winter. Just beautiful, naturalised everywhere. Wild, wild indeed. That's all right. Never heard James make that sound before.
Get to ring it extra loud.
Hustle and bustle of Corfu town. And there's a demonstration going on. Quite unnerving. Uh-oh, money to be spent now. So usual busy town, lots to buy, lots to see, lots of pedestrianised areas. Way too many people for me. If you're in Corfu, you gotta pop into Corfu town. This sums up your sort of on the road street parking. Definitely better off going to a paying display, I think, paying a few quid. Sun's out now, really hot. We're heading to the old fortress. 10 euros each to get in. Like everything in the town, early they get better for less queuing. The early you get here. Toilets inside, but just to the left of the entrance around the corner, there's some toilets as well. If not, go to a cafe and buy a bottle of water or something, and they'll let you use their loos. We're inside the old fortress, Corfu town. A place where you should be able to find agamas. So at some time in the past, this was a British Army barracks. That's all I could read in Greek. And if you're a millipede, you like to be a bat around here, apparently. Look at that. Oh, my calves. He had a heart attack walking up all those steps. You get a good view of Corfu town. And this is the other side, up at the top of the fortress. Old English hospital there. Another raven. I need to get down there. Well worth a visit. They'll walk across town to the car now, so like I say, find a space. Easier to pay in a pay and display to find a space. Take a rucksack if you can, but there's drinks and that everywhere. It's always handy to have some bits and bobs with you. €10 to get in, worth every penny. Very spacious, large area. We're glad we went for sure. Very picturesque and pretty too. History, views, and even some reptiles. I'll put the name of this beach on the screen now. Kind of got rained off. We got here late, it's raining, so we're not going to bother swimming. But it looks very nice, tucked away, little bar and that at the top. Not massive, but bigger than some of the beaches we've found for sure. Down some steps. So further along. That's a freaking car. Ow. So, as we've already said, I'd hire a small car if you can afford it, and you're confident enough to drive on the wrong side of the road if you're from the UK. But yeah, Corfu town is the only place we've been that's rammed. We're leaving now, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're off to a beach on the south coast. But really busy, like just typical city really. Cars everywhere, just drive slow, take your time, have your map on, your Waze or your Google Maps or something, and just take your time. But well, you've got no choice, it's that busy, but it's slow. Be careful, and be super careful of all the mopeds going up either side of you. On that note, unless you're super confident and you will hire a dirt bike, don't hire a moped. The roads are treacherous unless you're super confident on a moped, so that would be my advice. Anyway, we'll check back in when we find this beach. So the downside of coming away spring or late summer, early autumn, a bit more unpredictable on the weather. Last night it's rained all night, today's going to be spitting all day. Just pot luck, it's fine, you wouldn't want to cop a whole week of it. That is your gamble, but generally if you get a wet day, it's not going to be an endless wet week like in the UK for sure. Now, following on from the devil's coach horse beetle, these were really common when I was a kid in England. The ground beetle was a violet ground beetle, another predatory beetle. Big when you're a kid. They seem to shrunk like curly whirlies, but still a big formidable beetle. Bit of a worm killer. So just getting in my car, and I noticed this. Looks like a decent sized female mantis on the tree. Let's go and have a look. I've seen a male earlier in the video. It's a lovely big female. Female, that is. Gorgeous. Leave her in peace. Whoa! Good jump. So really important, put everything back so that you flip, and then I can go back to where they actually live, straight back under. it's our last day. It's not our last day, that was yesterday. It's our last few minutes because we're going now. Last night, heavy storm, had a big power cut, generator came on. The white horse is on the sea this morning. But hey, we're going home, and next week, loads of sun here anyway. My top tip, if you can, hire a small car. What's yours?
Chill out.
Chill out and just put up with the weather. If you come in the spring or late summer, September, October, it's variable, but you'll have a beautiful time.